What was that?
I am a Gundam.
What's up guys, GundamFan, welcome back to the channel, and today is another unboxing. As you've gathered already, I'm really struggling today. I'm having breathing problems because I brought home some orchids last night because they were reduced, and I was sat watching the film last night and they were next to me, and my airways closed up and my nose was all bunged up, and I'm still suffering today. It seems that I am highly allergic to orchids. Who knew? I certainly didn't. So they're in the garden. I want to kill them with fire, and I'm struggling to breathe, so I'm going to get this video out for you, but yeah, just bear with me. Sorry I've been bringing out too many of these things, the unboxings, unpackagings and stuff like that. I'm not making much progress with the wing because I'm waiting for some display sponges. Apparently they've been delivered according to my email from eBay, and they've not arrived. I got the text notification, not yesterday but the day before, that they've been delivered, but I've not received them. So I've got to wait until the end of May before I can put in my claim, because apparently of the delivery window, even though I've got the email and all the tracking details saying that they've been handed over to somebody at some address. So I'm a little bit peeved by that, so I might just go on Amazon and just order some more display sponges, and you know, if they do arrive I've got spares. But anyway, wing progress is halted, so I thought I'd give you a bit of an update on that during this unboxing as to where I am. So without further ado, let's open this bad boy. Oh yeah, if you saw my warning video, this any sort of scammer companies that want to really piss people off, at least deliver your products in boxes, you know, so they come in a relatively decent state. This is probably the only bit of damage on the box. And because it's corrugated, it takes a lot of the shock. So this is how you do it. This is how you do it properly. Take note, arseholes. Oh, and as for swearing, I'm going to swear, YouTube, because according to your adverts, Robert De Niro swears in one of the adverts. So if you're going to go around demonetizing people for swearing, you can go fuck yourself, because he says fuck you in an advert which I saw at 1 PM. So before you go demonetizing people, just make sure you might be up for some class action, FYI. There's three options YouTube have got. They either censor the advert, which they love their censorship, but apparently they're freedom of speech. They're pro freedom of speech, so they'll either censor the advert, take the advert down and lose millions, or they've got to reimburse all that sweet monetization they demonetize people for swearing. At the end of the day, you can't demonetize people and then put an advert up at lunchtime with people swearing. They don't care who they are, Robert De Niro, you know, your sister, it doesn't matter. You know, you can't demonetize people for having a swear word in their video and then have an ad with swearing in it. No, I love the ad. I'm all for freedom of speech where it's appropriate. But just say like you're at lunch, you've got your kids around the table and or whatever, and then you've got Robert De Niro saying fuck you at 1 PM, 1 AM. Yeah, no, 1 PM. Yeah, it was 1 PM, it was lunchtime. And that's fine, you know? So there's something to be said about that. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of, yeah, I think it's because I'm so agitated with my breathing, I'm just ranting, and I shouldn't be doing that. I've got to be more professional. So without further ado, and I keep saying that as well, without further ado, what does that even mean? This came today from the great people over at Gunprimer. I'll put a link or a thing up there. In a timely fashion, the mobile gin has arrived. Now, a lot of people have already had this. It might be old news, but I got this, you know, it was released last month. I've got it within a pretty decent time frame, whereas the Wing Zero, you know, I pre-ordered that in October and it came in January. Yeah, do you remember that? Yeah. But here we are, brand spanking new model kit for 2021 by Bandai, the Mobile Gun, with some action poses front and back. Some of the gimmicks, has an inner frame. I hope it has a full inner frame. I really do hope it has a full inner frame, because the wing didn't have a full inner frame. There's some gun mechanics and the weaponries, what it looks like with everything in the box, the pilot, and there we are. It is sellotaped, so let's have a little look inside. It's a nice, really nice glossy box, as we've come to expect, but not as glossy as the Barbatos. No, I'm going to say, I'm trying to feel some of these boxes, like, I don't know whether they've lost their sheen because they're in here, but I would say it's on par with like the RG boxes. Yeah, it's quite a nice, look at that shine. It's quite a nice box. And what we're greeted with is, are they dry rubs? No, they're stickers. Runner A. Quite spaced out part pieces. They've not crammed a lot into Runner A. That's pretty cool. Got Runner F and Runner H. Again, big pieces spread over. Oh, it looks like it's going to be quite a chunky boy. And H and I. Nice. Oh, it's a black inner frame. Nice. I like black for an inner frame. Runners E, G and J. It's the sword part, which is, oh, it's that rubber. Just in case you might want to stab yourself in the eye with it, it's rubber, so not a fan of that. Not a fan of that choice of sword whatsoever. But when I get to do the live build, we'll find out how it holds up. And it looks like some backpack pieces, some feet, weaponry, and some armour. Nice. And the mono eye just floating around in there. And finally the manual. Now it feels like quite a thick manual compared to, it looks like it's all inner frame and hardly any armour, to be fair. There's not many sprues, and there's some pieces that we're not using, so it's not a completely fresh kit. It is using some other parts, probably from a different gen. Doesn't look like it's a very complicated build, which is nice for an MG. There's not much to it. There's some promotional guff. Oh man, I'm really struggling to breathe right now. I've got to go to work at 1 PM. It's about 10:30 right now. And the backpack. And the rubber sword. And where to put the markings on black and white. Not a coloured image for painting. You know, there's no paint guide. So why have they done that? I don't know. Why they've not provided a paint guide. But it doesn't matter. That's what it looks like when it's going to be all finished. I like the top-down magazine on the rifle. That's pretty cool. And the crest is a lot smaller than in the anime. I remember in the anime it was quite big. Looks good. Yeah, the only critique I've got so far is that rubber sword. I'm not a fan, but I've got to figure out, you know, what I might be able to put this mecha primer onto the rubber, and then make it look, put a metallizer on it or something. A Vallejo metallizer. Their metal paints are actually pretty good. Sorry about all the creaky plastic noises and so on, but this is going to be a backlog project because I'm working on the Wing Zero team. Once the Wing Zero is finished, I'll be deconstructing this guy and working on this guy next. The wing, I'm still waiting to get, like I say, the sanding sponges so I can continue work on that. But in the meantime, I can be working on the guns and the shield, the Buster rifles and the shields. But I've got so much to do, so little time because of work and so on, and I'm feeling quite burnt out right now. What with my breeding and stuff like that because of them goddamn flowers. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. If you got this far, really appreciate it. Consider subscribing to the channel, throw us a like. It all helps the algorithm and to get content creators recommended out there, because there's a few of us out there and we're just not getting pushed up by YouTube. So it all depends on you guys and what all the help you can give us. Be it me, my name is my name, hit up Henry, you know, to the bigger guys like it's a gunpla and stuff like that, you know. You know, show us some love. Anyway, I'll leave it there, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.